Welcome to episode 5 of the ChaGab football podcast, and now we're going to be predicting the ladder for which is Italian for 2025. Now, for the team that's going to finish bottom of the ladder in 2025 is, let me get this on, the Richmond Football Club. Tigers, well, it's the first year of their rebuild. They've got the new draftees coming in. They've lost a lot of important players due to retirements and going to other clubs. I reckon they might find it really hard to win a game this season. They may even hand North Melbourne their first win at the MCG in a while, and the Adelaide Crows their first win at the MCG in a while. Second from bottom, I'm going with, let me sort this out. North Melbourne Football Club. The Kangaroos, well, they've not been in a very good position for the last 5 years. Well, surely it's time the Kangaroos are going to win more than 3 games in a season. Although they've got some new recruits coming in like Luke Parker, Jack Darling, Caleb Daniel and Finn O'Sullivan through the draft. Let's see if the Kangaroos can be able to jump up the ladder and win a few more games. 16th spot. I'm so very sorry, Saints fans. Please don't hate me in this video. I've picked you to finish 16th. Been a bit of a rough season last year for the Saints, and I tipped them to finish 4th last year. On channel that must not be named. Oh, I think it's not looking good. Not going to be a good year for the Saints, most likely. They've got a tough start to the season. Versus the Crows, Geelong, and Port Adelaide within 4 weeks. Let's see if the Saints can win more than 5 games. 15th. Let me get this on. 15th, we've got the West Coast Eagles. Could we see Harley Reid help the Eagles get up the ladder? He's in his 2nd year at the club. Will he improve the West Coast Eagles and turn them into a very good team in 2025? 14th on the ladder. My prediction for 14th. Let me get this out. It's Essendon. The Bunners have not had it. The Bunners, well, they had a really good first half of the season last year. But the second half of the year, they dropped off after the bye. But can 2025 be the year Essendon get their team back on track? We'll wait and see what happens. For 13th on the ladder, I've got a bit of a shock here. I've got a finals team in it from last year finishing 13th. And I reckon 13th next year will be Port Adelaide. Football heritage has not been too kind for the Power after humiliating finals losses in the past. Like 2005, they got thrashed in the semi-final by 83 points. They didn't do well the next year. They lost by 119 in the grand final in 07. They finished 4th bottom in 08. They got belted in the prelim in 2021. They did not make the finals in 2022. Let's see, will the trend continue or will Port Adelaide recover from that finals loss? And now for 12th. In 12th, I got the Melbourne Football Club. Melbourne, they've had a bit of a down year in 2024, starting off with that loss at Alice Springs against Freo by 92 points. Melbourne not recovered after that loss. 2025, it might be pretty much the same for the Demons. They might find it hard to recover after a bad loss. 11th. This team made the grand final last year, but I don't have any faith in them to make the finals this year, and that's the Sydney Swans. Humiliated by 60 points in the big dance last year by the Brisbane Lions. It's going to be very hard for the Swans to recover after that. Let's see if they can bounce back. 10. I've got the mockers on this one for 10th. I'm going with the Gold Coast Suns. Gold Coast, they've got a pretty good team. Well, Mac Andrews being moved to the forward line permanently. They've got a really good midfield led by the 2019 draft class trio of Matt Rowell, Noah Anderson, and Sam Flanders. This should be a 10th place finish next year for the Suns. 9th. The Western Bulldogs. Is this basically going to be? Is this Bulldogs team's finals chances almost pretty much finished? They've only missed the finals 3 times in the Luke Beveridge era. They could be pretty much a finished product next year, as the Dogs seek to move on for a new coach. 8th on the ladder. For 8th, I'm going with last year's premiers, the Brisbane Lions. The reason why I got Brisbane in 8th is because, well, one Brisbane player did not follow the memo after a grand final loss. Shake hands with the Auskickers! If you don't shake hands with the Auskickers, your team will not make finals! And now for 7th. So, sorry about all that madness. I was a bit upset about what Charlie Cameron did in the grand final. 7th, I got Carlton. Will the Nick Haynes experiment work for the Blues? And they've just recently drafted Jagger Smith. Let's see if they can do well this season, the Blue Baggers. 6. Has anyone got oranges on order? GWS Giants for 6. I reckon, even though the Giants have lost some fringe players to other clubs, they still got some very good players in their disposal. I reckon this will be another final year for GWS. 5th. And in number 5, I'm expecting a bounce back year for Collingwood. The Magpies, well, they look pretty good in the back end of 2024 in the last 5 games, and during the point of the season between rounds 4 and round 14, the Pies look pretty good. Look like they're going to be on another premiership tower. This should be a bounce back year for the Magpies. In 4th. At number 4, well, I can see Hawthorn hawkballing their way to 4th. They looked really good last year after round 8. Let's see if they can keep this form going. The additions of Josh Battle and Tom Barras in defence should be able to help. 3rd on the ladder. Well, I think I'm going with 2 bold calls in a row. 3rd. I'm going with my boys, the Adelaide Crows. Yes, I'm a Crow supporter. I would love to see the boys make the finals again. I reckon we should be able to do well next year. We've got the list. We've got the list. We've got the new logo. The problem is, what we need to fix is we need to win close contest and we need to kick straight. It can be fixable. Second on the ladder. And next year I'm going with the Freo Dockers. These guys, I reckon Freo should be in for another good year this year. They played pretty good before the last 4 rounds of this last season. Will we see some good results on the board for Freo in 2025? And on number 1 on the ladder, top of the ladder, I'm going with the Geelong Cats. I reckon they're going to host the qualifying final against Hawthorn. In the elimination of the qualifying, I've got Fremantle and Adelaide at Optus Stadium. Elimination final going with Collingwood and Brisbane at the MCG, and GWS Carlton at Giants for the other elimination final. Grand final, I'm going with Geelong versus... grand final, I'm going with... I've got the Cats making the grand final. I reckon they'll verse Hawthorn. This could be the revenge game for could this be the revenge game for Geelong after 1989 and 2008? Or will this start another decade of dominance for the Hock Bowl of Hawthorn? And that's the end of episode 5.